So work on those creative pieces. Someone is joining, so we'll have to go over the instructions. For our parents who are joining now, welcome. So good to have you. We're doing a little icebreaker activity where we are representing our dreams, aspirations, and goals for our children using our artistic abilities. So every parent is supposed to grab a piece of paper and crayon or marker or pencil or pen to draw. Where do you see your child or children in the next 5 to 10 years? What are your dreams and aspirations for your child or children? Because we are parents, we do have dreams and aspirations for our children. We want them to become the best that they can be. So I want you to use your artistic abilities and represent that. All right. And then you're going to show us and then we'll talk about it. Somebody said that she can draw. Don't worry, it's just a sketch, just a 2 minute sketch. So we're not expecting any big artistic piece, just a 2 to 3 minute sketch. Okay, no problem. We love to see your art though. It's nothing perfect. If you draw a stick figure to represent a child, we totally understand. So it doesn't have to, I can't draw either. I must admit, my drawing is horrible. So when the 2 to 3 minutes have elapsed, I think we have about 1 minute left. We're going to introduce ourselves by saying our name and tell who is our child or children, and then show us your drawing and tell us what are your dreams, aspirations, and goals or wishes for your child or children. All right, 30 seconds. All right, so are you finished now? We're ready to go to see what you have so far. Can share with us. All right, so who is going to volunteer to go first? Miss Mitchell, are you ready? I'm seeing your name first at the top. That's why I chose you.
Okay. So my name is Britt Mitchell, and my daughter's name is Diane Coy. Um, Not sure. Zion saying hi. We are hoping that Zion will be able to graduate within the next 10 to 15 years from, of course, the STEM Academy, prep school, then high school, and of course, going on to college. So, a picture of my drawing. Not sure if you can see it.
Yes, I can see. Put it up a little more. Yes, we're seeing it.
All right. So, that was my drawing.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Miss Mitchell. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Awesome. All right. Thank you. We're going to our next. Somebody uses class 2020 as their name. I'm not sure who it is. The person with class 2020 as your name. Let me indicate by sending you a message so you'll know it's you. So you'll get a message from me and you'll realize it's you. All right. So the person who got the message, greetings, that's you. You have class 2020 as your name. In the meantime, we're going to hear from Mr. Lowers. Are you ready, sir? Mr. David Lowers? Are you hearing us? Is he there? Okay, maybe he's not hearing us. All right, Miss Thompson, are you ready? Oh, you are ready?
Not really, Miss. I say I can't draw.
It's fine. You can talk then. No worries.
Hello, good night. My name is Dawn Thompson, and I am the mother of Tajina Russell. In the next 5 years, I would like to see her enter into college and from there to university. Hope she aspire all the dreams that she want to aspire and to just go ahead and be successful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Would love to see your face if possible, that is. If it's not possible, we understand.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Thompson. Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. So Mr.
Okay.
David turn on his camera. That means he's ready to go now. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, hear me?
Yes, sir. We're hearing you.
Okay. Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm David Lowers, and my son's name is also David Lowers. For the next 5 years, what I would hope is for him to be exposed to more information that we didn't have at this stage in life,
Yes, sir.
so he can choose his path more accurately
Yes, sir.
in this time. So, and to see the best for him.
Thank you
For
so
him to,
much.
he says he want to become a pilot. So I
Nice.
know there are kids now, but down the road they might change their minds or something. But I'll always encourage him to do what he wants to do, and I'll be there for him always. Well, I'm not an artist, so the drawing was bad.
Let's see the drawing.
Could you repeat that?
Let's see the drawing.
Ah, I didn't even finish.
It's fine. Hold it up a bit more.
Vinegar.
Yes, I am
I didn't,
seeing. Yes, I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing.
I didn't get
Okay,
you what I really want.
awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Sure, no problem.
We appreciate those persons who have shared so far. All right. The teachers, in the meantime, you can think about your dreams and aspirations for the children that you teach, because you're also, parents away from when they are, well, they're not away from home, they're still home, but in a sense, we have that responsibility for our children. So you can make your little sketches in the meantime. Where do you see your children that you're teaching now in the future? But in the meantime, we're going to Miss Sharp. Miss Sharp, ready for us? Is Miss Sharp there? Hope Sharp? Okay, maybe she's not hearing us. In the meantime, what about Miss Tamela Reed?
Hi, good night. Caleb Barrett's mom, Pamela Reed. And where do I see my daughter 5 years from now? Well, based on her aspirations, she wants to be in high school and have at least 2 to 3 CXC subjects in preparation for college, basically.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
What about your drawing? Or you say you couldn't draw, so you were just gonna talk?
No, I could. Yes.
All right, no worries.
All
Thanks
right.
for sharing. We appreciate you. All right, we're going down nicely. What about Mrs. Akwanza?
You ready? Hello.
Oh, Miss Sharp is ready. All right, so just before Mrs. Akwanza, Miss Sharp is ready. So go ahead now, Miss Sharp.
Good evening. I am Kian's mom, Kian Clark's mom. Next 5 years, I would like to see Kian to be more assertive and to continue with STEM Academy. I thought he would be more. I wish you were here when he was started grade one. It would have helped him tremendously.
Yes, ma'am.
I am glad you to continue with this school and to continue with his education and reach for the star and to become whatever he wants to be in life the next 5 years. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Miss Sharp is one of our new parents. We also have Mr. Lowers. So Mr. Lowers and Miss Sharp, they're our new parents. They're our newest parents so far. Welcome on board. Welcome. This is the first time we're meeting in this forum. Welcome on board. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for sharing so far. All right. So let's continue now to Mrs. Akwanza.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Jordan Kaplansa, and I am the mother of 3 Western Academy students. Here we have Jessica, who is in grade 11,
Nice.
and so with a straight hair and Sab, both in grade 3. And I see them using a foundation of education and knowledge that they're going to gain at Western Academy to achieve their dreams and their goals with a lot of love and freedom and peace, most importantly. So we're not really into the trying to pressure them into a specific career. We just want them to learn and evolve as they are and be the best that they can and just be useful
Yes,
to
ma'am.
society. Yes.
Miss Ricketts, look what I built. I
This is
built.
Sab. Sab, this is the big people's meeting.
Hi, Zab.
I built
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
of Iron Man.
No problem, Zab. We're going to look at it tomorrow. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. All right. Now, for those persons who draw, feel free to send your photos in the group. Let's have them. They look really good. You know, we're not artists, but it's the representation, what it represents to us. And that's why I'm happy that everybody got the chance to share. Not everybody draws. Some drew something earlier, but now you realize that we're not artists. So you can just express yourself how you see fit, just to represent your dreams and aspirations for your child. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. our teachers. Do you have anything, Miss Jenkins? Were you able to do a little sketch for us? Miss Hines, Miss Drummond, and Miss Mitchell. Were you able to do any little
Mm,
sketch for us?
I did not get to do a sketch.
Okay, no worries. I told you late. All right. So maybe later on when we have a little break, you can share with us, but we're going to go straight into it right now. All right. Did I welcome everyone? Welcome everybody who joined after we did the official welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go straight to our agenda now. Let me try to share that.
Mama,
All right, so just to do an overview of what it has been like, some of us have been on board for the past 1 month, 2 months, couple days. We thank everybody who is on board with us. We really appreciate you coming on. For the most part, things have been going. We do have challenges, but the good thing about it is that when a challenge comes, our teachers, our staff, they're very creative and they are able to adapt and they're able to adapt to the needs of our children. So for the past 2 months, I must say that it has been a good journey so far. Our students, they're just so enthusiastic. You saw Asab coming on. He was so excited to share something just now. And that's just the general representation of what the energy has been like for Western STEM Academy across classes from grade 1 through to grade 11. I think I missed somebody. I'm remembering a name that somebody didn't get to share. Miss Bowen. I missed you. Miss
what
Bowen?
about Brianna? What about Brianna?
Brianna. Oh, you're the one using class 2020. I was sending a message. My bad, my bad. We have to hear from those two people who didn't get to share. So that's Brianna and Alicia Bowen for grade 1. So go ahead first, Miss Bowen. My bad. I
Um,
sincerely apologize.
that's okay.
All
Good
right.
evening or good night, everyone. I am Alicia Bowen Ridley Okito Cameron Jr.'s mom. Um, Growing up, he always wanted to be a doctor. I'm assuming he has no changed because his grandfather is a police officer, so he wants to be a police. This is my image of him.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Yes. But other than that, whatever he chooses is fine. I just want him to be happy and successful in life.
Thank you so much for sharing. And Miss Bowen is also one of our new parents. She joined us in October. Welcome, Miss Bowen. It's a pleasure to have you. And I'm so sorry for not calling your name earlier. There is one more parent. So I'm hearing that this is Brianna's parent, the person using class 2020. Is it Miss Hannam? You can go ahead. Go ahead. Brianna's parent, guardian, you're not hearing us? You know if she's there, Miss Dawn?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, all right. We're gonna give her a chance to share. I think you're muted. So if you're trying to say something, you have to press the microphone button. You have to press the microphone button. All right.
Press the button that says unmute.
Oh, people are in the waiting room. I didn't even see. My bad. So touch the unmute button. It's supposed to be at the bottom left-hand corner. It's the first button. It looks like a little microphone and it should have a red thing across it if you're hearing us. Still muted. All right, no worries. She'll unmute during the meeting. Miss Morrison is just joining us. Welcome, welcome, Miss. All right, she's connecting audio. We'll give her a chance later on. Miss Morrison, can you hear us now? Welcome. Miss Morrison? All right, she's probably still connecting. Did I miss any parent? Did I miss any parent who wanted to share? Is there any teacher who had something that you want to share in terms of your drawing for your aspirations for your children for the next 5 to 10 years? All right, remember that feel free to reach out if I missed you. You can use the chat or you can raise your hand or you can just go ahead and tell me that I missed you. All right. I'm not intentionally overlooking anyone. It's just how Zoom is. It keeps moving up the participants. So I'm going down in order and then your name probably just went up to the top and I missed you. So I apologize if I'm missing anyone, but it's not intentional. Okay. All right, so I was talking about our strengths and our weaknesses so far, but we really could not have done it without your hard work and your support as parents. You're always there supporting your child, supporting us as teachers, and we totally appreciate you. We know that it's not normal times, we're not used to online school as it is, but you have given your best, and your best is showing up. If you look at the students' performance for September, it's very good. We're in the process of somebody saying something. Somebody saying something now. Okay, no problem. We're in the process of sending out reports for this month. The report should be ready. We're just finalizing some things. So you should be seeing them tomorrow, the latest. So you'll see a progress of your child's performance for the month of October. It's our belief that we must give you a monthly report. You don't need to, you're not supposed to wait until the end of the term. We want to give weekly feedback. So in the week, we'll give you an update of how the children are performing. But at the end of the month, we'll give you a formal report of the students' progress report. And at the end of the term, you'll get a big report with all the months come together. All right. So we're working on it. So by tomorrow, you should be seeing that in your email. We should also be sending out some certificates because we realize that the children, they have done so well this month. We're really proud of them. So expect some certificates from us at Western STEM Academy, highlighting the performance of both students and you parents who are working hard to support your child during this time. All right. Now, for new business, we are inviting you to update your Zoom app on your children's devices or on your devices. Whatever you're using for the classes, we want you to update them. What it does, it gives you new features. So remember that we're paying for the Zoom and we want to make the best of this Zoom. It has a lot of features that will better aid education. It's the best educational platform so far in terms of how the live lessons are delivered. So what we want to do, we want one quick second. All right, so I'm showing you how to update your Zoom. Now, what I want you to do to update your Zoom, whenever you log into Zoom and you see your profile photo at the top, I want you to tap on your photo. When you tap on your photo, you should see some options, some drop-down options, and one of them will say check for updates. When you come onto the class, you'll be allowed to go into your own breakout room. You do not necessarily have to wait on the host to let you in. You can just come in and go to your own class. All right. Whenever class is finished, you can leave, and it gives you more options to work with for online school and online learning. So just update those Zoom accounts so that we can make the best of them. All right. The updates are very good. Some persons that have the updates already, so we're encouraging you to get your updates as well. Now, another concern that we have would be attendance and punctuality for classes. For the most part, a lot of our students are coming out on time, but there's some students who are not coming so early, and we want them to come early, because when they don't come early, they miss out, and we don't want our students to miss out on anything. So allow them to come early. The teachers are taking registers. Registers should be taken at the first 5 to 10 minutes of class thereabout. So we want our students, encourage them to log on early. We'll try to open, so when they have the new Zoom, they can just come, the updated Zoom, they can just come on and head straight to their class without any hesitation. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to interrupt me. Our Google Suite packages, what we're thinking about, we want to have our own G Suite accounts. Now, everybody will have access to Google Classroom for both primary and secondary. Most of the classes, well, all of the classes, the accounts have been created. It's just for you to get the link. Now, for the primary students, we realize that sometimes they'll have to use their parents' email, and sometimes as parents we don't really want our child to be, our email, because we use it for work and other things. So what we're thinking to do, we're thinking to get all our children their own Google account, so that they can log on using their own personal email, so they won't come across any of your work documents and mistakenly delete them. So they'll have their own documents for the Google, their own account for the G Suite package. The G Suite package, it's comprehensive. It will give you access to your own Gmail. It will give you access to your own Google Classroom account. It will also give you access to your own, well, in this case, it has YouTube, because we do use YouTube. It will give you access to Google Drive and a lot more Google apps. All right. So that's something that we should, it's already created, so we're just working on the email addresses to give to you, so that the child can use their own Google accounts. All right, that will have Western STEM Academy as a part of it. Now, for the Google Classroom, it's very simple to use. I plan to give you a brief overview of how you log in whenever you get those Google accounts, the email and the password. But do you have any questions so far? Any concerns while I pull that up?
This what time school generally starts?
So it really depends on all right, so for the primary
And
school
grade
students,
or 10th grade?
all right. So primary, I'm just gonna tell you for everybody, so in case anybody else has that question. For primary school, the school starts at 9 o'clock for both primary, that's primary A and primary B. For high school students, there's some days when we're going to be starting at 9 o'clock, well, 8:30. So there are some days when they have classes 8:30. So there are some classes that they have at 8:30. On Mondays and Fridays, we'll have devotion at 9 o'clock. And for the other days between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the grade 10 students have classes at 9:30. So it's either 8:30 or 9:30 that their class will begin. But we want them to come on from 9 o'clock if they don't have class 8:30. So if they have class 8:30, I think they have class 8:30 on a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday, Mr. Jenkins? No, Wednesday. They have math on Wednesday at 8:30.
It's Wednesday.
Yes, they have math on Wednesday at 8:30, and they have social studies on Friday at 8:30. So those days we want them to come on from 8:25 so they can be early. And for the other days, we want them to come on for 9 o'clock, where we'll have devotion, and then they'll go to their class, but the classes begin at 9:30. But between 9 and 9:30, what we want them to have is a form time session so we can plan, especially for the CXC group, so we can talk about any relevant information to CXC, which will be talking start the discussion is going to begin as of tomorrow. The discussion surrounding CXC is going to begin for 10 and 11 grades. I hope I answered your question, did I?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Okay, miss. Any more concerns that we have? Well, I'll show you how the Google Classroom will basically be for the parents, what you'll see from your end. No concerns? All right. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen for you to see what the Google Classroom is all about. Especially for the younger students who the parents have to help them just to set up. Sometimes they'll catch it on, but so you can know what's going on, so you can look over it from time to time. All right. So let me pull that up. It's coming up. It's coming up. All right, let me just share it in the meantime until that page loads. All right, so in the meantime, I'm in one Google Classroom account, but I wanted to show you from the beginning what would happen, how we would sign into Gmail and how we'd find Google Classroom. All right, so let's say you have your email and you have your password. You sign in just as though you're checking any regular Gmail account. You'll sign in. When you sign into Gmail, you'll see a little box at the top right hand corner. It's coming up, so I can show you soon what that looks like. You're going to toggle over there, put the cursor over that box for it's some dots come together, but it forms a box. And then there are going to be all the Google apps there. Now you'll scroll down in general cases to find Google Classroom because it's not at the top for most persons. And you can touch on it you can click on it from there, but if you want it at the top, you can actually drag it and put it at the top. Now when you click on that Google Classroom app, it's coming up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, what you're gonna click on. But when you click on it, you're supposed to be in something like this. For you, it might, for the primary school students, it will have the class created already. But for the high school students, you're also going to see your classes. You might see the one class that you have, but for the primary school students, all of your classes might be in the one because you have one teacher. But for high school, different teachers will be creating their own accounts. So you will see only one subject right there, the subject that that particular teacher teaches you. Now, when you go into the Google Classroom, what we're gonna press join. Join is supposed to be over here. Let me move my Zoom icon. All right, so there's a plus sign. This is what you normally see. So this right here, Google Apps, you should see it when you open your Gmail. When you open your Gmail. So you should see it at the top right hand corner, the same place. You should see this, and then the Google app should actually come up when you click on that, and then you're going to search for Classroom. So we're pretending that we're in Gmail right now. We'll search for Google Classroom. When we have searched for Google Classroom and we've found it, we click on it, and then it's going to take us. So the Google Classroom app, it's this one right here that says Classroom. It should take you into something that looks like this. Now, to join a class, most times you won't really need to join the class per se, because we'll send you the link to make it easier for you. But let's say you get a class code, you click join a class, and then you'll enter your class code. All right. So you'll enter your class code right here where it asks you for a class code. But we're going to make it easier for you. We won't bring you through that long step. So we'll just give you the link and you'll just click on it and then you'll be in, or we'll put your email address in and you'll be in, because we're a smaller school. So it's easier to manipulate. Now we're in Google Classroom. I'm just going to use this one for demo. So this is one class that has been created. What Google Classroom does, it supports a fully functioning classroom. So in addition to our live classes that we're going to be using on Zoom, this will allow you to have 24 access to reading materials. So the reading materials that we told you about, all your ebooks, they are going to be on the Google Classroom. So whenever the students are finished with school, their Google Classroom will have assignments for them to complete, additional reading materials on the topic. Now, when we are inside now, there is Stream. For Stream, it's communication between teachers and students, or parents can also communicate. You can look at anything that's there. So it's like your news feed to tell you what's going on. So when you go on social media and you see your news feed, this is like your news feed to tell you what's going on. So it's telling you that Western STEM Academy posted a new assignment, and it's telling you what's going on, what your teacher has done. You can also communicate with your teacher by typing right here. So I'm using a student portal right now. So you can communicate with your teacher by saying, "Good day, teacher." And then when you're finished, you can actually post. If you have any questions, post it there, and the teachers will be able to see it. All right. Now for classwork, we click on classwork. Your classwork can contain materials, videos, ebooks, readings, PowerPoints, Word documents, anything that your teacher needs to share with you in order to give you additional resources for class, so you can have that 24/7 support for your child. So you don't have to be worrying about what the child is going to do after school hours, but you'll have support. There'll always be something on the Google Classroom for the students to do. Now, on classwork, you'll see in the order that the teacher wants, you'll see them there. So here, this was created for grade 10 chemistry, but it's a demo. You'll see different things there. So you'll see the title that the child is doing. You'll see attendance. We might not be using it for attendance, but you'll see the title of what the subject. So you'll see the title. They're actually doing state of matter. This teacher has posted some work. So this is the work. Write an essay on the 3 states of matter. You can click view assignment to view the assignment fully. And when you're viewing the assignment now, you can go over here. You have done, let's say you have finished and you have written your essay. You can click on add or create right here. Here it's telling you that you can talk with your teacher through private comments. So let's say you want to have a quick chat with your teacher without the other students seeing. The students can write that here. For add or create, this is where they can go and upload their assignment. So they're finished now and it's time to upload the assignment to the teacher. They'll click on, well, if it's a link, they'll use link, but most times what they'll upload file from the computer. So they'll click on file right here. So I'm just showing you the basics. We won't go into everything. We'll send you a training video to help you. And if you have questions, reach out. All right, we're just sending you the basics of how you would access your assignment, upload your assignments. So now, let's say we want to upload this primary school report. This is our assignment. The title of our assignment that we just did on state of matter. They'll click open, and over here we can see now that it's loaded. Your assignment is now over there. Let's say you have more documents. You'll still click on add or create to put more documents there. When you're finished now and you checked it and it's good, you can just go ahead and press turn in. So it's telling you that your attachment will be submitted, and then you'll turn it in so that your teacher is able to see it and mark it. All right. You can go there for readings, as we said earlier. Anything that the teacher is posting for you to read, additional resources. So this is a state of matter PowerPoint that the teacher has posted. You click on state of matter like this, and the PowerPoint should come up. So this will support holistic education where learning does not stop when class ends. There will always be something for the students to go and look at. If you are at home, parents, you can check what's going on. You can keep track of which topic they're doing. Also, there is a section where the grades will be posted. So on Google Classroom, we can also upload grades. I'll send you additional information on that, but this is just to show you what we're going to be doing as it relates to providing a more holistic form of education where it's more inclusive, where you have access to more materials without bombarding you on WhatsApp. All right. So this is just for the students. So we know, especially for the younger students who need a constant support. Sometimes the parents have to work. They don't have the time to sit there with the children. So that's what we're gonna be doing for them to be more, a little more independent. So I'm gonna close this presentation on Google Classroom. Any questions? Anything that you were unclear about?
When will this come in place, Miss?
What you said, Miss?
When will you start using this
We've
Google
actually
Class?
started for the high school already. We've started for most of the classes already. So for Tajina, I know that I have one for her for chemistry, and that's where she uploads her assignments to me. That's where I pull up work for her, so I can actually show you
Okay.
what's
You
going on
continue
for
if you can.
Tajina's own. So she has access already. I know for chemistry she has, for physics she has, for biology she has, and for some of the other subjects, there are also Google Classrooms already created. But by next week, every subject will have their own. I know Miss Hines uses it for grade 1. Mr. Egler one has been created, so he will be using it soon as well. He had a meeting to discuss with the parents this week just to clear up. So that's what's going on so far. So by next week, it should be fully functional. All right. So it's not that we're not using Zoom, we're still sticking with our Zoom because we believe in live face-to-face classes. But the Google Classroom will support you after. So for example, the students who are going to be sitting exam, we can post past papers for them to work on when the teacher is not with them, meaning that the class time is, it's after class hours. They can do work after class hours on it. All
Okay.
right.
Yes, Miss.
So during class and after class. So what I can do, I can send you a link to Tajina's Google Classroom so you can see what's going on as well. So you can also follow along with her performance to see if she has any outstanding assignment and that sort of a thing. So the assignments are posted and you see the due dates to see which one is due tomorrow, which one is due the other day, and that sort of a thing. All right. Anything
We
that any
appreciate it.
Or pleasure. Anything that anybody else wants to ask or add? Whether teachers, you have something that I missed on Google Classroom that you want to include now? I didn't go through all of it. So if a teacher sees something that you want to just tell the parents, you can. All right. Any questions from parents? All right, so we're following for the most part. Now, our STEM model of teaching and learning, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's not that we only teach these subjects, parents, but it's that we're using the STEM model of teaching and learning. Our younger students do STEM, where we introduce them to what's happening in science, what's happening in technology, artificial intelligence, robotics, anything to do with medicine, anything to do with medical technology, engineering. Our students do that. We also want to streamline that to have STEM classes in the high school as well. We're monitoring that to see we can roll out that by November for STEM classes in the grade 10 and 11. So in addition to the CXC, they're learning about STEM because if you should be honest, the world is STEM. Right now we're in this pandemic and it's STEM where we're able to actually have these live online classes, where we're able to have this meeting from the comfort of your home. So that's where the world is moving. We're getting even more technologically advanced, and we want to introduce our students to be not just persons who are consuming information or consuming the technology, but they can influence change. Because it's yesterday I was having a discussion with somebody and I was saying, look at the persons who invented cars, aeroplanes. What made them different from us? It's just that innovative mind, and our students can do the same. We are innovating now, but we're not doing enough. We can do so much more, and we want to have our students be innovators. We want them to be creators of new and advanced technology. Technology is advancing, but we realize it's mostly advancing in first world countries. What about us? What about us? Our students do have the capabilities. So we want to introduce them to STEM, let them know what's going on, and not just know what's going on, but for them to come up with their own creative solutions to problems that are happening around us. So it's not to pressure them, but for them to be more creative. And we realize that for the younger ones, they really love STEM. So that's something that we're embracing. And for the teaching and learning, we want to inculcate STEM in all the other subjects because it makes no sense for us to have, let's say, we're having a language class and we're not talking about what's happening right now in our face. So that's what the STEM approach is all about. It's all about project based, it's all about problem solving. So thank you for accepting that model, and that's what we'll be using to help our children become better. And so far, it has been working, and we're very glad that you're on board and you have been supportive of that model so far. All right. There's some new things that we're gonna be doing at that model in November. You're gonna be seeing it. I'll update you in the WhatsApp groups as we go along. Now there are different needs that the primary, we're actually almost at the end. For the primary school students, there are some needs that they have, and for high school students, there are some needs that they have, and there are CXC students, there are some needs that they have. Are there any challenges that we are having in the primary school? Anything that we want to bring to this forefront so that we can address it? Parents, are there any challenges that you're having in primary school? Before I tell you mine, I'm going to allow you to go first. Primary school, how has it been for you? Are there any challenges, concerns? Miss Sharp, Miss Bowen, Mr. Lowers, Mrs. Akwanza, Miss Mitchell, Miss Reed. What's going on in primary school? Are there any challenges? We're coming to high school soon, so don't feel left out. Are there any challenges in primary school? What are your needs as a primary school parent?
Okay, so it's not really a challenge per se, but it's something that we spoke about during our meeting yesterday with our teacher. We were discussing a little bit about the books, the material that they use for class. And I know that, personally, you and I spoke about this. And, I said, it's not a big deal to have the same books like the school. But I think it will help in terms of the homework, although we're going to be using the Google Classroom for now, not starting very soon, it's also a good guide for them to have, just more than the computer. So I'm not saying that send us a book list and let's just go crazy and buy 20 books or, but just something to consider when it comes to sharing the material for them to use as a base for their studies once class is over.
Thank you for that. That's a very good point. That's a very good point because you have to appreciate our books for what they are. It gives the children the appreciation for books. You're finished? Did I interrupt you?
No, 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 no. I'm finished.
All right. So that's something that we're going to be definitely considering. I actually got the report from the meeting, just an overview of the concern. So I received that. So we're actually going to be working on that. So we're going to have an additional book support. So we won't give you a lot of books to go and purchase, but there's some books that we're going to be using just for the students to have that physical appreciation of
Yeah.
the books. So because
Mhm.
you're already on the computer for classes, so to have in the physical book will actually be beneficial based on where
We
we're at. So
we I prefer if they have something to touch as well.
yes,
It
ma'am.
is a new normal and it's a new system and everything, but there is nothing like a physical book.
It's
So
true.
you can get just a few of those for them to, and also like the exercise books as well. That
Yes, ma'am.
because sometimes the teacher has to go through a lot to type with this homework, and then this is the reason why we're getting the Google Classroom, because the homework
Yes.
extends. So if you have the book that already have the information in it, you just have to come in and complete. It's much easier.
Yes, ma'am.
So just a
Thank
suggestion.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that suggestion. So we can have some workbooks. So we do have the list of books. We have the list of books because they're available on the ministry side. So we have the list of books that they use at different grade levels. So what we're going to do, we're going to be assessing all of them to see which one we're going to be using for each grade level, especially for the workbooks. So the workbooks where the students can work along on any assignment that they have. So although we'll give you reading materials online, but we want you to have some workbooks so that they can, especially for the younger ones, that practice their writing and just to have the physical that they can touch. Some of our CXC students actually got a list of books that they can buy because they're at that level. So we're gonna be sending out to our rest of students some of the CXC support books that we want them to have. So you should be seeing that from me, let's say next week. So for the CXC students, so for the 10 and 11, so Jessica, Brianna, Tajina, Jordan, Shaniki. We wanted to have some books that, especially for the CXC level, and for our other children, we'll be looking at the list of books that are available now and identify the most suitable ones for their grade level that will be most beneficial to them. All right. Thanks a lot for that. Miss Sharp said something in the chat. So she said, at times the network, plus I want Keon to be assertive and be more focused. All right, so the network is a challenge across the island for many persons. Sometimes it's just go crazy. But we're doing our best on our end. Sometimes a teacher cannot get to log on. So the Google Classroom will also help in that regard, where sometimes we'll have some videos there, some things that we can engage the students with. Let's say anybody's having internet challenge, or if it's the child that's having internet challenge, you can access and you miss a class because of internet issues, you can go back and see something to read in the Google Classroom as well. So we're definitely going to be working on having our students more assertive and more focused. Mr. Eggle has been working quite well with the primary students to get them, to focus some more while balancing. So he's been working on that so far. So I believe that by the end of the month, you should be seeing improvement. So welcome you on board. And we have seen improvement in the students that we've had so far. So we believe that by the end of the month, we should see some improvement. So we're monitoring that closely for you, Miss Sharp. All right. Any more primary parents? What about Miss Bowen? Miss Bowen?
For me, I'm not sure what it is. For the last few classes, he is like not showing much interest in terms of, not that he's not learning, he's learning, but I think he's bored. I'm not sure if it's because he's not used to the online classes. So maybe you, Mr. Ines, or you guys could come up with um, some smaller things, because he's young, he's 5. So kind of break it down a little bit more for him, but he has improved a lot, and I must thank you guys for that. But just to say that for the last few classes, he has just, kind of show like boredom, like when this class gonna be over. So kind of break it down a little bit more for him. Yes, but other than that, good stuff. I mean, good. He has learned a lot.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Okito is our little joy. It's a pleasure when we're in his class. He's usually very upbeat. He's usually very upbeat. So we're
I
going to be
know.
looking at what's going on and how we can adjust, because that's what we're doing, adjusting to fit, to suit the needs of our students, because they're all diverse. They all have
Mhm.
their days at times, and we just have to be there for them at whichever level they're at. So that's something that we're Miss Hines and I are gonna be looking at, and we should be seeing some improvement. So we're gonna assess it to
Okay.
see what's going on, and engage him some more, because we realize that he has a very diverse learning style.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're working to
And I
adapt
don't
to
want
that.
I don't want to lose him, I don't want to lose him to lose out on anything. I
No
want
man,
him
he
to
won't
be,
lose out. He won't
yeah.
lose out.
Okay.
He's actually improved a lot. I mean,
Yes,
sometimes they
yes.
hear me so outspoken. He's there talking to Miss Hines. So he's improving, but they do have their days at times. We just have to
Right.
work with them, catch them where they are, and pull them back where they need to be. All right. So thank you
Okay.
so much for that. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Any other parent before we go to high school? Mr. Lowers, how has it been for you?
Well, so far, as you know, David started in October, I think the second week or so. But I mean, he's catching on. He's not where I want him to be as yet, but he's catching on. So it's a work in progress.
Thank you so much for that, sir. And I've seen improvement. I must tell you that, like the first, I'm gonna share the story now. You know, the first day David came on, David didn't say a word to me. David was just there looking at me while I'm talking to David. He was probably a little shy or something, and I got so worried and concerned. But I've been watching David in his classes, and David is talking. David is actually talking. So we're seeing a lot of improvement with our children coming out of their shell. It might not seem like it's a lot, but trust me, it's a lot. It's not easy for a child to just come and from nothing at all to at least saying something, and we appreciate that. Even Keon, when he came on, you know, he was just there at first, and then before we knew it, Keon was singing. He was singing along with Zap. So those are the things are very good for us when we see our children being assertive and just putting themselves out there. So that's what I want to give them the space to do that. But we're
Definitely.
not gonna close our primer without hearing from Mr. Mallory.
Okay, so good night again. So far, I am okay with Kayla's progress. Mr. Edgar has been wonderful, and she's getting where I want her to be. So I'm okay with this for now.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks a lot for sharing, parents. We
You're
appreciate you,
welcome.
and we're willing to work with you, because we are passionate about our children's education. We want them to get better, and we're seeing some improvement, but there is a lot more, and that's what we're going to be working on coming November, December, and especially the next term. All right. So did I miss anybody from primary? Any primary person I didn't get to hear from? Okay. I don't think I'm missing anyone except Miss Mitchell. Miss Mitchell? Zion.
I am here. Multitasking as always. I what can I say? I've seen improvements where Zion is concerned. Her interaction. She's just again for me. She gets bored easily, so I have to find ways to help her engage and keep her focused. But Mr. Aguilar and I have been working together closely. So he's helping me and I'm helping him, and I'm seeing where there's improvement. So I'm just observing. I'm continuing to observe for right now.
Thank you so much, Miss. Thank you so much. And one thing that I realized coming out from most of the parents, you're working closely with your teachers, and that's very good because, the truth is the teachers, we want to do our best, but when we have the parent support, it makes it even more successful, to be honest. I know sometimes, it's not easy because they have to work. Sometimes they're not really at the house, but whenever you can, feel free to send a message. You don't have to come on and watch on the Zoom all the time, but you can send a message if you can, find out, hey, what's going on. But it's our duty, though, to reach out to you every week or every 2 weeks to give you updates on what's going on so we can have feedback. So we want feedback from parents. We want to know what they're doing, if they're completing the assignments. If you see them not doing any assignment at home, it means something is wrong because our teachers always give assignments. All right. So look out for that. So I think we've heard from most of the primary, if not all. If anything, you can type in chat or indicate. But what about high school? How is that going for you, Miss Thompson?
Well, for me, what should I say? Well, Tajina has been with this program from the summer. It wasn't my intention for her to be on it so long, but I've seen a lot of improvement in her. Getting her from summer until now, I haven't really been in touch with her teachers apart from you because as an early childhood teacher myself, I have to be with
Yes.
my. I have a little business that I operate. I also took an ex child that I'm trying to assist, so it's kind of been hectic.
Understand.
I try to let her know that she's responsible. She's mature enough to do her to do her work, and I expect her to do her assignment. At times she can be sulky and all of that too. Listen to the parents from the basis from the primary school. Tajina has a lot of those attitude too for a high school child, but I understand her. And from where you got her to where she is now, I want to know if it is possible. If you see any classes where she can do at least two CXC subjects. I don't know. She likes food. I don't. She likes food, and she's
Yes.
talking a lot about. She's improving maths. She's improved. She has improved a lot. She has improved a lot. And I'm proud. I'm proud at where she is now. And as I said, I just want you to continue to guide her with my assistance. I won't leave anything, everything on you.
That's fine.
But so far, I can't complain. I really can't complain. As I said, it wasn't my intention for her to be on this long, but it is good. So I have to keep her on. So far, I have no regrets, and I just hope she continue. And I know sometimes she has issues. She's a teenager, and they will have other issues. But so far, she's a great child, a great student, a great motivator, and I'm proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing and thank you for keeping her on. It's been a pleasure to have her and all of the other students. So thank you. All right. So we heard from Miss Thompson. For the most part, things are going well. We are now going to hear from Brianna. Brianna's mom, are you there? Miss Hannah, the person who's in class 2020. I'm not hearing from you. You are sure it's her, Miss Thompson?
Me?
When you mention her, you're sure that this person is Miss Hannah?
When I mention who?
Oh, I thought you were the one who asked about Brianna. What happened to Brianna?
So I was wondering because I don't hear anything. I didn't hear anything from her. I only know Brian. I don't know the Guardian or anything.
Okay, I'm not
I
sure who this person is using class 2020. Let me find out. Let me reach out to her to see if she's on. Okay, no problem. That's actually on the agenda, Miss Mitchell. Thank you for that point, though. We're gonna talk about it soon. Let me find out if she's on. Or in the meantime, I'm calling her, but in the meantime, we'll go to our next person. Mrs. Akwanza, how has it been for you for Jessica? I wonder if it's Miss Crystal Carr using this one. I'm not sure. Miss Crystal Carr?
Wait, Miss, just coming.
Okay, no problem.
She's busy. She's here.
Sorry, I step away for a moment.
That's fine. How has it been for you for Jessica?
Jessica, oh, well, she is loving it. I asked her because they were asking about her at her school, and I say, would you prefer to stay here or go back to your peeps? And then she said she's learning so much more here. She's able to focus more. She understands the teachers very well. She likes how the teachers um, impart their classes and the techniques that they use, and also the work that they give her to do extra afterwards. So she's really, having a good time so far. And, I hear her participating and I help her with her schoolwork as well. So I know that she's doing well. She's doing very well. Despite the English second language, and I just came to Jamaica and those things.
She's doing really well.
Yeah.
She's doing very well. Sometimes you wouldn't even remember that it's her second language because she's doing well. So thank you
Yeah.
for sharing, and it's a pleasure to have her. It's a pleasure to have
Sure.
all the students. We really appreciate
Yeah.
you on board. All right.
Thank
So
you.
is there anyone that I missed? I really want to hear from this class 2020 person, but I'm not sure what's going on. Is it Miss Hannum or is it Miss Crystal Carr? Who is it? All right, no problem. We're gonna find out soon. Teachers, what about you? Is there anything that you want to say to the parents? What has it been for you interacting with their kids? Because they want to know. Let's start with Miss Hines. Miss Hines, are you there? Am I seeing her? Did she fall off? I'm not seeing Miss Hines. Miss Hines fall off. All right. Miss Drummond. Miss Drummond?
Hi.
Hi,
All
Miss.
right. So far, um, for the most part, we've been having a good time. I've been having a good time with the students. Uh, there are times when I can see, say for example, I see boredom coming out, and the students, they're very assertive, so they're not afraid of expressing themselves, and I'm happy for that. So if I am doing something and I need to make some improvement, the fact that they're willing to say what is on their mind and how they're feeling and all of that makes it easier for me, and it makes me able to assess myself immediately and provide them with work to keep them engaged all the time. So for the most part, things are okay. For the most part, the majority of the students, they will do their assignments. Um, um, I don't like to pack them up with a lot of work to take home. However, I do give them things to work on. So it will give them additional practice so when they come back to class. But there are some students that really, it's a struggle to get them to actually do the work or to turn in work, or when I ask if they've done the work, they lie or something. But apart from that, well, I'm working on that. We're working on that to get them to do what they're supposed to do, so we can always have them where we actually want them to be. So that's it.
Thanks for
Which
that.
age group teacher?
She's asking which
Stop this
age group you
talking.
teach, which classes you
You're saying
teach.
something? Okay, I teach grade 7 and grade 8.
Okay.
Miss Jenkins. Miss Jenkins, are you there? All right.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And
Evening.
I've been listening to the different reports, and I'm happy. I'm happy, and I know Miss Ricketts and the other and my colleagues are too, and the parents. All right, now I teach grades 9, 10, and 11. I love the interactions that I have with my students. I don't have to pump them, and this is my overall feedback now. It's not like when you have some students where it's like these students are self-motivated. They want to learn. That's what I find. They want to learn. They are infused about using the different platforms. So my students, and they're very competitive. They like to compete against each other, and I like these things. I use it against them for their good. I use it against them for their good. I like these things. Some of the things though that I would want for them to improve on is like punctuality. There have been instances when, I mean, as a teacher, you sleep on your kids and you wake on your kids. I'm sure some of my colleagues can attest. And I'll wake up in the morning and say, yes, I have grade 10 and 11 this morning, 8:30. And I'm texting Miss Kids to let me in because when I go, the host is not even there as yet. Sorry to step on
So
your
early.
Kids. I'm so early. And then parents, you can just imagine how I feel disappointed when my students don't come on time, and to know that you would have planned for them, you're there online, and then students don't show up on time. That makes me feel very sad because I'm very passionate about mathematics. What I find is that so many persons, parents and children find my subject hard. So I'm passionate about it. I want persons to understand that, guess what? We can do this. So when I plan and I come and I don't see my children, it makes me very miserable. I'm sure you can all understand that. But overall, I'm okay with my children. I've identified some areas in which I might need to work one-on-one with some of them. I'm going to, Miss Ricketts and I are having conversations on that, and then we will speak with the parents to see the way forward. So that's my little bit. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Miss Jenkins and Miss Drummond, our teachers who are in now. Some of our teachers weren't able to make it because they're still busy trying to complete the report. So we apologize for the absence of some of our teachers, and we thank the ones who are here because we really want you to get those reports by tomorrow. All right. So thank you everyone for sharing. Thank you very much. I miss anyone?
Yourself.
I didn't hear that. Did we miss any parent or teacher? Mr. Graham is on. He's our financial controller. He deals with the finances, so he doesn't deal directly with the students. He really deals with the teachers, but he's coming on to support because, we are family at Western STEM Academy. Thank you for joining, sir. We appreciate you being on. Thank you. If you have anything to say at any point, you can feel free to go ahead.
Uh, it's great to be on and listening to the parents. I like the fact they're all sounding very positive, and I just want to say thanks to the parents as also to our teachers. Um, I am really appreciative of both um, teachers and parents and how they sound really positive and motivated to continue with Western STEM Academy.
Thank you for sharing, sir. We appreciate you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Some persons are saying that they're having challenges with the internet to join. Some other parents who were here earlier, they got dropped off. All right, so we finished with our primary and our high school students' needs. I will mention the experience of our teachers, what it's like teaching your child. Now there are some CXC matters to be discussed. We want an intimate meeting with our grade 10 and 11 parents, but I feel like you're here already, so why not? It's not gonna be long. So we're in preparation for CXC. What I want you to do, I want you to think about the subjects that you want your child to be sitting in CXC so that we can have the next step of the conversation. So think about the subjects that you want them to sit. For the grade 10 students who want to sit some subjects, write down these subjects and let's talk about that. And for the grade 11 students, I believe that you're going to be doing all the subjects that you're doing right now. But if there is any subject that you feel like you don't want to continue with, or any subject that you want to include, then we can do that. As it relates to TD, Mrs. Akwanza, there was supposed to be technical drawing on the timetable, but we didn't put it on earlier. We have it now available, so we're gonna have some discussions as it relates to Jessica joining that for technical drawing because it will be in line with her career path. All right. So I'm gonna talk to you further on that differently, but we have it available right now. All right. Is there anything else? So think about the subjects that you want them to be sitting. I have some updates on CXC that I'm going to be giving you soon, and we're going to discuss the way forward for the 10 and 11 students. The extracurricular activities, no, that's the next big thing. Now, our extracurricular activities, the teachers were ready and pumped to go. Miss Drummond and I actually went to the first meeting for debate and public speaking. However, the students didn't turn up. So what we're gonna do to streamline it and ensure that it works properly, what we're gonna do, we're gonna send out a form. It's a registration form. It's not gonna be long, just for your name and the club that you're interested in. So you'll just check the box. You'll see the clubs and the date that they meet, and you'll just do a check box so that we can know which clubs our students are in. The clubs are free for all full-time students. The clubs, we're going to be having debating and public speaking. What else is here? Let me quickly pull up the list so I don't miss any club. We're wrapping up because we know that we're beyond time. Let me just give you a list of clubs. So just to refresh your memory, but it's gonna be in there as well. All right, so Mondays we're gonna be having debating and public speaking. Tuesdays 4-H, Wednesdays STEM, robotics and ICT, and Thursdays creative arts. So think about this, the clubs that you want your child to be in, or the clubs that the children are interested. So you have a discussion with your child or children on the clubs that they want to be in. Each child is expected to be in at least one club. So at least one club, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So we want them to come out and be a part of those clubs. Miss Reed, your hand is up. Kayla Barrett's mom.
Yes, sorry about that. So Kayla is interested in chess, basically,
Chess. All right.
because prior to the pandemic, she was in athletics and music, so she's just interested in chess and music, since the athletic is not really an option at this point.
Okay, thank you for that. So that means creative arts would work perfectly for her. So creative arts, and then we're gonna think about launching chess soon. We don't have it quite as yet, but there are some new clubs that are gonna be on board coming January. So for this term, these are the ones that we should be starting out with this Monday. So this Monday we should be meeting the debating and public speaking club. All right, because what happened now, these clubs will help. One of the concerns coming out of the primary school is that because we end like 12 o'clock thereabout, sometimes we want to engage the students after, and we're all about holistic development. So we're about developing the skills of our students. So it's not just learning or just the academia, but for them to develop soft skills, develop other skills that they need, their creative arts, who can sing, who can dance. We want to develop all of those. So we're going to have our extracurricular activities. So it's an after school activity. So by incorporating our after school activity, you'll basically be having the full hours. And the thing about the extracurricular activities now, it's not about just sitting around the screen, but they'll be building things in 4-H, they'll be moving around. So it will be different from a regular class per se. It's not class, it's extracurricular. All right. So I'm gonna send you the form between today and tomorrow for you to sign up. It's free, as I said, no cost attached to that. All right. For who am I missing? All right. So those are the 4 clubs. You'll see the form coming around in the group for you to fill out. If you have questions, please feel free to go ahead. So far, parents, you have been very cooperative. You've been on board. We thank you for coming on board so much. We understand your limitations because you have to work. So you're doing your best, and we do appreciate your best. But if at any time you want to reach out, you want to come to a class and do a presentation on anything, whether your line of work or any skill that you have or any experience that you have, and you feel like you want to share, whether with the primary or the secondary group, we're very open to that. You can come in at any time. Just let us know that you're going to be coming in so that we can plan for you. Some parents have been coming in so far, and we're very grateful for you. It makes the learning experience very worthwhile and very different for our students when we're hearing from them. Some of our parents help with leading devotion. We appreciate you for doing that. We welcome that sort of a thing. All right. So feel free to take initiative. We appreciate that. Now, in terms of our activities coming up, there are some activities. We were supposed to send out a calendar of online events, but we're waiting on some other persons, some other stakeholders to do some confirmation. So we haven't sent that out, but that's something that we're definitely working on. But for this Friday, we told the students on Monday, but we're telling the parents no. Don't remember if I sent it in the group, but I think I did, that they can just dress in something crazy. Doesn't have to be anything out of the way. Could be a crazy hat or a crazy top. Today I saw a student with a box on his head. That could work. So just crazy. So it's just a crazy day tomorrow. So crazy dressing, crazy hat, just something for them to have fun and entertain themselves and just have fun while learning. Fitness and health class. That would be really good. Let's talk on that, Miss Mitchell. I love that. Thank you for sharing. So we have fitness and health class coming up. Miss Mitchell is volunteering that. Zion's father is interested in helping us with that. So we're gonna talk further and finalize on the dates and the participants. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miss. All right. So we are definitely, where was I? Okay, so we're talking about the online events, and then we mentioned the clubs just now. For the online events, we're gonna be having the crazy top or the crazy dressing day tomorrow. The students can come in their crazy outfits and just have some fun. Nothing out of the way. If they just want to put on a mask over their face, something crazy, that's totally welcome. All right. It's our pre-Halloween show. We're not really celebrating Halloween, but we're doing something for the kids to have some fun because it's been a stressful time, and we just want them to let down their hairs and have some fun. We are also going to be having a movie evening coming up. I'll share more details on that in the group. So we'll be having movie evenings. November is Parent Appreciation Month. So we have a surprise coming up for you parents. I can't disclose anything on that. Just prepare yourselves. All right. We'll give you information in advance though, but we want to celebrate you for your hard work in November. That's what we're going to. We celebrate it all around, but November we're going to be definitely doing something special for you. All right. There are more plans for November, but the final print should be ready so I can either email you as well as send it in the group. I feel like the group reaches you quicker than the email. Exams are also going to be coming up in December. The second week, the first and second week of December, we'll be doing end of term examinations. So we'll be, testing them on what we've done so far from September. So encourage them to study, especially for those students who will be sitting exams, external exams. We want them to do well. So just encourage them to start preparing for these exams. All students, encourage them to prepare for the exams from now. Don't wait until last minute. An exam schedule should also be coming to you very soon. We're in the process of finalizing that. All right. Now we're going into November, and then after November, before you know it, it's December. So we're supposed to be closed by the 11th of December. You can write that down somewhere as the date that we're hoping to close school. So exam is supposed to be the final week there, about the 7th to 11th, and the 11th will be out. You'll have your end of year reports. But for CXC students, we're going to be having marathon sessions for you to prepare for CXC in December. We'll give you the date, time, and additional information, but I want to brief you parents on that. Now, fees for November are also going to be due. Can't believe that 1 month has ended so fast. It's the 29th, so you can make payment as soon as you get a chance before November or by the first thereabout. Send us proof of payment. Once you've done so, you can always send a message on WhatsApp, or if you prefer to email it, that's fine. All right. So send us a message as it relates to that, and we'll talk further. I'll also email you if you need additional information regarding fees for November. For December, the fees will not be the same because clearly we're not going to be here for a whole month. It's just for 2 weeks. So then you'll pay that subsidized price for December. So just preparing you that December will definitely not be the same. All right. For January, you'll get the dates on when we're planning to open back school online. There are some more students who have indicated interest to join us for online school, regardless of the position that we're taking in terms of the country's approach. Because the truth is, parents, online education is here to stay. It's getting better in some cases, but it's something that we have to appreciate. It's difficult for some people, but for the most part we have been doing well. The students have shown massive improvement, and we have to commend our teachers. We have to commend our parents on the hard work that you have put in. There are many schools that are struggling. They reach out to us weekly to help them to get it right. Some little tips as it relates to the online education. So we're grateful for the teachers that we have, for the parents that we have, and how you've been supporting. And I can say that we've had a good 2 months of online education so far. The results of the students, the improvement of the students show us that. So that's what we speak from. All right, I'm actually at the end of the agenda. Is there any other business? Anything else? Any concerns from any parent or teacher? Okay.
So far, so good for me.
Somebody saying something?
And I said, so far, so good for me.
Okay, so everybody is good. If there is no further concern, we thank you so much for joining us today for our check-in meeting. We have these every month end so that we can check in on what has happened for the month. We thank you for coming in. We thank you all for sharing. It's been very good being here. We thank you for sacrificing your time and being here on a Thursday evening. And we wish you a continued productive and successful night. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Take
everyone.
care. Good
Bye.
night.
Good night. Let's quick, 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 quick.